The hammered ring, I'll give you an update on that in just a second. And then this is the bypass ring. And I'm gonna pop up here a bypass necklace that actually sold out the only other time we had it on the air in February. It is now back in stock. Really cool, super flexible, which is neat. I love that. But let's begin with the ring.
Well, first of all, it took my breath away, not because I designed it and I think it's beautiful and it has a lot of history, but I can tell you that, and I'm gonna say in the real world of jewelry, so outside of this network,
okay,
you couldn't buy one of these stones for the price that you're off. I mean, this is a $1,000 ring all day long.
Wow.
It has 2 Ammolite stones. Now, it's the first ring in the Kenneth Bradley collection. I call it the Sandra ring because Sandra has been my best friend since I was 2 years old. So and she was the first person I ever gave this to. This is a stunning bypass ring that has been the #1 seller in our collection since I launched it.
Wow.
And again, 2 of the rarest qualities of the rarest stone in one ring. I love the idea of bypass because I am practical. You know, I've got a wife and 2 daughters. I have to be practical. And what I'm saying is that, you know, a lot of times now, you know, your ring size is not your knuckle size. So there's a little bit of give, you know, and not everybody's a perfect 6. Maybe you're a 6 and a little bit and a 6 and a less. Well, this bypass ring is going to be beautiful. And I am obsessed with the wrist. I think it is a sensual part of a woman's body, and I feel like it is being underexposed. So the bangle that you have is just perfect. This is one of our top sellers. I applaud HSN for giving you the opportunity to own this for such a reasonable, actually shockingly reasonable, low price.
Yeah.
Our #1 bestseller, they're all my favorites, they're all my children, but this is where it started. This is the Sandra ring, and
that's so cool.
People are loving this ring all over the world.
Now, just to give you an update on the hammered ring, this, again, you've got gold around the outside of it in the bezel. This is a satin hammered finish with a high polished. Angela, sorry, you're gonna have to give me the update again. There's 75 left. And I have all sizes. Well, hallelujah for that.
Wow.
So again, if you're thinking about getting this ring, because again, I previewed both of these. You might have been a little late to the game today. That's okay. This ring and this ring are both my previews. This one, wildly popular today. This one and the bracelet itself both sold out back in February and sold out like that. Like they were in and out as fast as you can imagine. The bracelet fits basically a 6 1/4 to 6 1/2, and it's got great flexibility, which is really cool. And also on the bracelet, you've got, I just want to double check, is that sapphires again? What'd you put on there? On the opposite side.
Oh, sapphires. Or,
oh, no,
topaz. No, this one is topaz.
So they're white topaz on this side, and they're pave set topaz. And again, very, very large drop here. We'll get to this in just a second. You know what I love is how much sterling silver you use in the ring.
Thank you.
I mean, this baby is thick.
It really is.
Thick and comfortable.
You know what? These are generational pieces of jewelry. You know, this is not just fashion, but this is about, you know, having the opportunity to own something of one of the rarest things on earth that you can know that you can pass down from generation to generation. These are extra special, and the ring that we're offering on sale, the Sandra ring, is just an incredible opportunity. If we had enough of these, you know, you could call it, I'm not sure what you call it here, your today's something or other special.
Our today's special.
Special, yeah. I mean, this is incredible. The hammered ring.
I bet you don't have those very often, because you can't make very many.
Never.
He's like,
I've been offered them.
I'm sure.
And I've said,
I'm sure.
no.
I can't do it.
I can't do it.
Right.
I was offered, like I said, a show in January. I said, I'd love to do it.
Yeah.
I can't.
He literally could not. He didn't. In fact, this is the first time ever on HSN where he's had enough items to do 2 hours. You're on with Sarah earlier. He's on with me tonight, and then that's it.
That's it.
And the only other time he was on was in July, and he had two little.
Yeah, I don't know what you want to call
shows. It was just. He had some stuff, right? And everything sold out, including ththese 2 guys. So again, although this was back in February when these sold out, in the July you had your sellouts as well.
Yeah.
So this is his first full hours that he's able to do. And just, it's like rarefied air. Again, in case somebody missed it, I do want to do a little history on this because it is real, guys. To explain it, because when I first saw this, I thought they have color enhanced these darn things.
Well, remember, this is going to be a big part of my legacy. So one of the reasons that I was willing to and very excited to be here is that I wanted to introduce people to one of the rarest, most beautiful gemstones. It's been my life's work, right? But my life's work is not nearly as long as Mother Nature. 71 million years in the making. You know, it went from, sea nautilus to fossil
Which,
mineral.
wait, is this thing,
Right.
right, in essence?
It is. Yep.
This was this. This is only in Canada, by the way. It's only one place in Canada,
It's
too, right?
it's 4 square miles.
So it started out, get out of
That's
here.
the only deposit.
It started out as this, you guys. And then fast forward 100.
Right,
Million.
fossil mineral gemstone ammolite. Official gemstone status in 1981. There hasn't been a precious gemstone discovery since the discovery of ammolite, right? The only people prior to us being aware of it, like I said, was the Blackfoot Indians that were in between Montana and Alberta, and they called it the Aniskum, which was the buffalo healing stone, the most powerful, most beautiful, gemstone that captured all of the world's colors in one gem.
and this is the real deal.
Well, and I love when people ask me because I don't blame you for asking. It's so beautiful that you can't even believe that it's natural.
Right.
Right? And I get, what did you do to this? I'm like, well, we kind of dusted it off and we polished
Shaped it a little.
and yeah, I mean, this is Mother Nature's, like how can you make a rainbow better? How can you make a beautiful flower better? Mother Nature knows what she's doing.
Right.
And we have been blessed to be able to be part of this. And that's where my passion is. This is, I know, my legacy, and there's, please don't do
And
it.
it's
They call me
finite.
Ammolite Ken, and I was like, okay.
You're like, oh, great.
Right.
But you know what's and it's finite, which is even, so it's 4 square miles.
And by the way, it's not like everywhere in 4 square miles. It's like remember, these were living nautiluses.
creatures,
So
yeah.
we are slowly, as you saw in the video, slowly moving, like we take 1 bucket at a time, 2 guys on either side of the bucket, hoping that they're going to find something.
Me.
We get lots of television crews from all over the world coming, and I'll never forget, it was a very cold, rainy day. A crew from Japan flew to do a documentary on Ammolite. And we stood there in the rain, in the cold, for what seemed to be forever, but probably 5 or 6 hours, nothing.
Oh, they kept recording to get something
We were
out
just,
of the ground?
I said, guys, just wait. We're almost there, I'm hoping. And moving forward, and I shouldn't maybe say this live on television, but we actually bring some Ammolite, because filming is often, we get people always wanting to film this.
Right.
So we bring Ammolite just in case we actually don't find something.
Sure, to put some under some dirt. Hey, look, we found some.
Look, well, we're showing you what it would look like if
But
we
it would
found
happen.
it.
But again, that goes back to the rarity.
It's so
And again,
rare.
the larger the ammonite, the even rarer it is.
Yes.
So here's your options. The hammered is almost sold out. You guys are loving the bypass once again. So
And you
this is,
should.
and do you have any idea when you're coming back?
Well, I said no to January.
So not until sometime next year.
Sometime next year, there was maybe talk of joining them in Tucson for the Tucson event.
Please
which
do,
I've been
I'll be out there.
Really? Well, I've been going to Tucson for 30 years.
Yeah.
Like, remember, Rockhound.
Yeah, right.
So I love it there. I'm not in a shirt and tie.
Yeah,
I'm
true,
in
you're-
jeans and a t-shirt,
Yeah.
and I'm playing
He's
with
casual
rocks.
Ken.